streaming. Here we go. I'm going to push out, push off, starting the live stream. I see it starting over there. And I'm going to check over here and see if it's pushing out to my replay and live page. Yes, there we go. Hello, everybody. Whoever is out there at the beginning of this marvelous Friday afternoon. There we go. Hey, I'm live. Just a second while I turn on my recordings also. I am pushing out my live stream on both YouTube and Facebook, going out to my page over here. Let me show you that. This is my new henrygriner.com website that I set up last week. Today is Friday the 12th, no, Friday the 5th, June 5th, 2026, year of the Lord, 2026, June 5th. And just over a week ago, as some of you have heard, I had a message from my friend that said that he was going to have to take down the page that I had been hosting my website on for the last 2 years, I guess. It was a Go High Level account. And that he was giving me about 4 or 5 days notice to go ahead and pull that down. And so I took 2 days, Monday and Tuesday last week, and created the page over here on the same account where my Legacy Builders page and my whole system for Legacy Builders is. So that's what has transpired in the last week since we got together. I had a fast change. Actually, it was just this week. I'm thinking it was a week ago. No, it was just this week. Lots been going on, and just trying to keep up with it all means I need to have a little more coffee. So I wanted to show you today some very cool things that I think you will like. I've been in a workshop. So actually I did my website last week because this week just flew by, because on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the last 3 days, I was on a live workshop that Anik, A-N-I-K, Singal has been putting on, teaching about AI platforms, about how to do cloning, all kinds of good stuff like that. And that fit right in with what I wanted to be teaching on today. And here, let me move up a little closer so I'm not so far away from the camera. Fits right in with what I wanted to reveal today. So let me pull up my AI for Humans website. You can see it says we're live. We are live. So the cool thing is that last week, among everything else, doing the website and all, I worked with my #1 assistant, Claude, to create a new module in the classroom. And so let me show you this. I just brought it online within the last 45 minutes to an hour, whenever it was earlier, before I had my usual grilled cheese sandwich for lunch. And so let me show you. Here are the modules that we have when you join for free. I hope everybody who watches this live now or on the replays will come in and join AI for Humans. My goal is to take you along on a journey that I've been having for about close to 2 years now. Back in early 2024, I started using the original Gemini, was called Bard back then, Google Bard. to help me write blog post for my real estate investing business, which I don't do anymore. And that was my journey. And so I've been putting this this school group together for the last, I just counted it up the other day. I was at the 46, so I must be about 50 days into it right now. And this is content that I have worked with Claude to put together. And I've gone over, revised what Claude has given me, so it's not just straight out of the box AI stuff. But teaching AI, you may as well build a site to teach AI with AI, because the brain knows what it's doing until it doesn't, until it hallucinates, until it lies to you. Most of that stuff has been cleaned up. ChatGPT used to do that all the time. I've been on Claude now for about 3 months, I guess, a little better. And so now I have 2 parts of Claude, regular Claude, the app-based. It's on my phone, it's on my laptop, and then I also started working with Cowork, which is another section of Claude. So there's Claude Cowork, and Claude Code. And at some point, probably not too far off, I will be working with some Claude Code. I've never done programming. I don't play a programmer on the internet. But anyway, so here are the modules, and this is what I wanted to show you today. And what I'm going to do when I click on this and get started, I'm going to try to remember to mute and unmute. I've got to remember to mute and unmute between my system and my microphone so that you can hear my introduction video, because I want to introduce you to somebody, my first clone assistant. So let me change the system here, get my system sound, mute my microphone. Oh, I gotta switch over to that screen. There we go. Now, I was talking about the school and I wasn't even showing you the school today. Let me go back here before I mute myself. So we are live, that's what I was talking about. And then when we go into the classroom, and you can see all the modules there. Now, besides remembering to mute and unmute at the right times, I have to remember to make sure I'm on the right screen. I need an assistant that's going to come in here and run master control for me. All right, so module 7 is what I just put online about an hour ago. I've been building it over the last week and a half, about a week and a half since I started. And here it is. And there you see my number 1. I call this creation Gen, G-E-N, not J, G-E-N, for generation 1. Gen 1, or just goes by the name of Gen. So let me have another sip of coffee, and I will check my microphone and system settings so the audio comes through and you can hear it. Turn off my mic, put me on mute.
Welcome to Henry's command station. My name is Gen 1. Gen, for short. I will be Henry's first agentic agent that leads his team of agents.
Thank you for that introduction, Jen. This is a visual representation of my plans to build clones to be my agentic agents. Welcome to Module 7, your AI video studio. I hope that this module will be a help to you as you build your AI clones.
Welcome to Henry's command station. My name is Gen 1. Gen, for short. I will be Henry's first agentic agent that leads his team of agents.
Thank you for that introduction, Jen. This is a visual representation of my plans to build clones to be my agentic agents. Welcome to Module 7, your AI video studio. I hope that this module will be a help to you as you build your AI clones. So there you go. Let me mute the system. System on mute. My microphone is on and you can hear me. So this is Module 7 to teach you what you need to do to build your own cloned avatars. I'm not going to go through every one of these pages in detail, but you can see what I have laid out here. And again, I welcome anyone who wants to join. It's free right now. Probably within another month, 2 months at least, I will be charging a small fee at least, probably just for some of the areas in here that I'll be building out that are more advanced information. But that's what I have. And let me switch back over here, show you another one of the creations that I did that you may have already seen. This is not one of my AI assistants as I have set up Jen to be, but this is just an avatar young lady. And let me go over here on this, switch my sound again. Make sure that I'm muted. And for some reason, oh, that's because the video on my computer, it's not over there. Here we go.
Special report that affects millions of Americans over the age of 45. And this is not a story about retirement. This is a story about opportunity. The global e-learning and digital education market is projected to reach over $840 billion by 2030. And the AI in education market AI is not only replacing people while changing the job market. AI is creating a new class of business owners, educators, and content creators who know how to use it. Now, here is where I need to speak directly to you. If you are 45, 55, or 65 years old, and you believe this wave is for younger people, I am here to tell you that is simply not true. The fastest growing segment of online learners right now are the working professionals and people in the later stages of their careers. You are not behind. You are exactly the kind of person this industry was built for. You have life experience. You have perspective. You have credibility that no 25-year-old can manufacture overnight. The only thing standing between you and this opportunity is the decision to step into it. Right now, there is a system called Legacy Builders that is helping everyday people, people just like you, build their own digital product and e-education businesses from scratch. We are not talking about a side hustle. We are talking about becoming the CEO of your own digital company. With digital products, you keep 100% of the profit. There is weekly mentorship by a multimillionaire who built this business for you, so you are never figuring this out alone. There is a done-for-you website with a full funnel and emails already loaded. There is AI training built right in, and the system is available in both English and Spanish. Over 60,000 people are already inside this community building their businesses today. The digital economy is not waiting, and neither should you, because legacy is not something you leave behind. It is something you build while you are still here. The opportunity is now. Click the link below this video for more information about how you can become the CEO of your own business. Your next chapter starts today. Here is a special report that affects millions of Americans over the age of 45.
There we go. I think I'm unmuted. I see the green bar moving. So that was a little commercial plug, because if you're going to learn to use AI, you do need a product that you're going to promote using AI. And the best product, after many, many years of looking, for me is Legacy Builders. And so if you have interest in that, if you want to learn more about it, the information can be found. I'll show you my website again. Over here on my henrygriner.com site, if you scroll down the page, you have a little bit of information about me, about who I am, links to the AI for Humans training, showing a couple of the beginning modules. And then I have a video. I'm actually going to change out this video later today, because I want to put a new video on with Jen to talk about the business, to help me in my promotion. But right here, excuse me, you see a link to Legacy Builders Digital Business. You can look that over. There's also a link again to the AI for Humans School, a link to my YouTube channel, Build Your Future Legacy, and then also a link to my Substack newsletter, which I plan to do about twice a month, to put that letter out and give information out there that you can follow. So why did I get into doing this futuristic looking site and pick a avatar, Jen, to be my avatar number 1, or Gen 1, to represent me online? You will see her from time to time in videos that I do, still images. I'll show you some of the still images that I've been creating for showing it. I'll call her her. In that video, I'll have to go back and play that again, because there's something you probably didn't catch. I won't tell you. I will, if I get time, I'll go back and run that again, because there's an important distinction between looking at avatars that look human and sound human and move like humans do. I'm not the avatar right now. I am real. There's a distinction between them and robots. You see a lot of people, Elon and others, that are building robots that they're putting AI systems into, of course. So I want to just show you. I'm going to switch over here again, turn on my system sound. I need to unmute that, because about a week ago, I ran across a series of YouTube videos that I thought were pretty cool. And these led me to the point of making my own creation, but I needed to make sure that I didn't violate any copyrights. So let me just switch over here, this screen, switch my microphone off, put myself on mute. So I think you get the point that what I was doing, I was watching these videos, and of course, how many people have seen Iron Man? At least once. Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2. The original one was really cool. A little later on, they got a little wonky, I think. But this video, whoever created these videos and then did the music did a really great job, I think, putting this all together. And that impressed me to the point where I said, I think I know what I'm going to do. And so let me show you my screen over here again. I decided that I would go into HeyGen and using the what's called avatar shots that make 15 seconds. I can make them longer if I wanted to, but the generations I did burned up 50 credits each time. So I went in there and I'll just open this up. You'll get an echo on that because I've got my microphone. I'm not going to switch my microphone on and off, but you look in the background, you'll see Iron Man. So this is definitely Iron Man. What I did is I went in, I took an image from the video that we were just watching on YouTube, and because I didn't want to violate copyright, I went in and took that image and then had another image created in Claude that had similar settings, but a different environment. There were some things the same. I made sure that I removed, Tony Stark wasn't in it. It was me. I was the star of it. And I didn't have the Iron Man suit in it. So here's some other generations of it. Again, I'm not going to play the the audio on it. It's just electronic, spacey sounding music. This one I have a robot walking up with an iPad talking to me. And it's pretty cool. But again, these would be great for showing for home movies. I won't do those online other than to show this as a sample of what I was working on. And then I created this set that is different enough, doesn't have Iron Man robots in it. And when I did this, now that first video I showed you had a different female that walked up to me. And for that, I didn't even ask. I just said, have a helper, an assistant walk up with a tablet and ask me a question, but don't give me any audio, just have background music, no words, no spoken words. So that's what it is. There's just a little bit of lip movement. You can see at the beginning here of this scene, I just kind of pop in, I float in. And when I made the finish, this is actually the first scene of the video that you saw on my AI for Humans page. When I started that, I did not use this first beginning where I just appear at the chair. I thought about it, but I thought that looks a little strange. So I started probably about there where I'm already sitting, typing. The robot, in a script that I had Claude create for me, I said, do a generic looking white robot, kind of like a Tesla's, Elon's Optimus. There's no Optimus tags on it. So hopefully everything will be cool. Now you see that they're down in the lower right-hand corner. There's still a watermark because the background image that was used was created in Gemini, and Gemini always puts those little stars to let people know that they are videos that were created by their AI platform. So here's the next one. So my goal was to show in 4 video clips. I'm at the desk, I'm working, and at some point, my number 1 generation, Gen 1, comes up. I shake hands with her. She sits down, goes back to work. That was my goal, to show that my goal in creating these things is to replace myself as much as possible and teach other people how to do that. So let's go in here again. And again, it's just digital music. Turn that off because it'll echo unless I mute myself. So it's just digital music, but each of these 4 scenes I put together, even though I called for digital music in there, it gave a different type of, it wasn't the same song. So I had to go in, and I'll show you that in Canva. I'll pull that up here. I had to go in Canva and pull the audio tracks out of each of these 4 videos. And then I went in on Suno and created my own professional grade. I did an upgrade so that I had the rights to use my own audio, my music, for commercial purposes. So this is one of the scenes where I come back in. You can see it there. I've been playing it on a loop. I come back in. This you'll see in the finished video that I'll show you again where that fits in. And here's a couple more. Let me open this one up. So here I'm pulling to a wide view to show that I have a total of 3 AI clones working for me. And if you don't understand the term that I've been using, I guess I should explain that. Most people don't understand what the word agentic means. It means creating agents that are AI. They're not, of course, real people. Jen isn't anything other than a figment of my imagination and a little bit of computer skill, and mostly skill that Heygen, HEYGEN.com, Heygen has developed and put into their system. I started using Heygen about a year ago to create some videos, and it's amazing what has happened even in just the last few weeks, when they've introduced the ability to take what's called, the product is called Seedance 2.0, SEEDANCE, like see people dance, Seedance 2.0. That's included free, so you don't have to go out and pay for that somewhere else. That's right on the Heygen platform. So you're getting dizzy watching the camera swing here. We'll go to another scene. Pull this one up. So some of these are new creations. This is one, we're getting near the end of the video sequence that I put together.
Thank you for that introduction, Jen. This is a visual representation of my plans to build clones to be my agentic agents. Follow me.
So I was trying to share, I guess I got off on a tangent. Agentic means creating an agent. It's going beyond sitting at the computer and doing the work yourself. It involves having an agent that is hooked up between different applications, that you go into your Claude or ChatGPT or whatever program you do most of your work in, and you create the ability for an agent to do the work that you normally do. And that's what I'm depicting in this story that's about a minute long, 4 different scenes stitched together to show here I am, there's Henry at the computer, and then my number 1 clone, Jen, comes in, sits down, starts working. We do the handoff, and then I have a wrap up at the end. So let's go look.
Thank you for that introduction, Jen. This is a
I need to turn off the system mic on there. It's coming through. There we go. A visual representation of my plans to build clones to be my agentic agents. Follow me. Up there. Turn it off there. There we go. That's better. I turn it off on 1. Okay, so this is the wrap up that I have at the end of a video also. For this one, I am going to turn it on so you can hear. Now, this is not me. I'm not standing in that room with that brain behind me. So let me mute my microphone again. You can listen.
I hope that this module will be a help to you as you build your AI clones. Welcome to Module 7, your AI Video Studio. I hope that this module will be a help to you as you build your AI clones. Welcome to Module 7, your AI Video Studio. I hope that this module will be a help to you as you build your AI clones.
Okay, so hopefully that gives you an idea of how I put this together. Now, before I went on here about a half hour ago, I created this other clone.
Do I look like a real human being?
Let me mute again and turn my system on. Hold on.
Out for a day in the shopping center? My name is Jen, and I'm the creation, a clone that Henry made. Do I look like a real human being out for a day in the shopping center? My name is Jen, and I'm the creation, a clone that Henry made. Do I look like a real human being out for a day in the shopping center? My name is Jen, and I'm the creation, a clone that Henry made.
So that's what I put together, and I want to show you kind of the way that I created these. So that shopping center was created over here in, this is Gemini. This is the image that I had created. Here's the script. A futuristic AI command center, da da da. That's what I created in Claude to give me something that looked like Iron Man World Headquarters. And then after I had the image of Jen that was created in Hey Jen, I didn't do any details to create that avatar. All I said after I realized that Hey Jen put in a female, I said, give me a female avatar that's holding a tablet coming and talking to me. And so it created Jen. Then I thought, I really want to have multiple looks for Jen that are not just having her look like she stepped out of a Tron movie. Remember that? Some of you might be old enough to remember Tron, where the kid got inside the video game. That was kind of weird. Anyway, this was one I took the image. I have a series of prompts that I received from being part of Onyx workshop, his seminar, the last few days. And I applied that to the image. I talk to, again, I'm in Gemini up here. You can see Gemini.com, GeminiGoogle.com. And I have a Google One Pro account, so I could do 100 or 500 images a day if I wanted to, I guess. I'm not going to get that carried away. But these are images. I took one of the images and I said remove the background. So I didn't want all of my stock images to have the computer room. So I did clear white backgrounds so that I can use them. And now I have a bunch of them. Then I said, then I had the environment. I said, put that person, that avatar, in this environment. So now Jen's sitting there looking more human with her shirt and leather jacket on. And then when I want to use her to be on camera doing a video for me, I can use that one. A little more dressed up in this image. What else have I got? Here we go. Turtleneck and jacket. There's a high neck shirt. And then this is the background that here's all I said. My prompt: central concourse in a major metropolitan shopping center with a fountain in the background, shops on 2 levels in the background slightly out of focus. It didn't do that, but that's okay. But we see water fountain in focus and about a dozen people in the background. Then when I did the creation of the video that put Jen into this scene, I gave more direction to it. So this is up here, I guess, this is the script. The avatar's name is Jen. We see the water fountain in the background with movement. The water is going up and down. You can see about 15 to 20 people moving slowly in and out of shops behind her. This is a scene of a modern shopping center where we see people on both levels walking, going in and out of shops. We see Jen near the water fountain, looking at the water fountain. Then she turns and walks towards the camera where she says, and we always put that in quotes, do I look like a real human being out for a day at the shopping center? My name is Jen, and I'm a creation, a clone that Henry made. And so that's what we came up with.
Do I look like a real human being out for a day in the shopping center? My name is Jen, and I'm the creation, a clone that Henry made.
So that's, let me turn that off. There we go. That's how that gets created. You do the images in Gemini. You could do them in ChatGPT or Claude. Both of them have good image generation. I like using Gemini, and that's pretty much where I have my stockpile. I have over on the side here, you can actually go in and you can see videos. There's a library. So you can see the library of what I've been doing lately. I've got a lot of windows open, so things are slowing down. Here's some of the other ones that I've done. I was playing around doing a image for my grandson the other day. Some of these, before I learned how to make a better clone of myself, were not as good. Like instructions I did on that one gave me somebody else. So yeah, and here again, I was trying to make some clones of myself, and sometimes it doesn't even come close. But that's how I put those together. And let me just switch back over here a second while I find my other, here we go. This is what I want to show. So last week, probably somewhere early in the last week of May, it was time on my schedule to create another post up on my Substack newsletter, which is henryaitech.substack.com. And I'm going to switch over on that screen. So this is my AI for Humans. And I started this Substack a few months back. No, over a year ago, I started this one. Actually, I've been on Substack for about 4 years, 5 years maybe. I have 2 accounts over there. The other one I don't do very often. I may start doing, I have some ideas for doing something there once I unload some of the things I'm already doing. But my plan is to do a news story a couple times a month and include it as a video. Using Substack, when I do this, and I will do a teaching, I'll probably do a module on this because nobody else that I have seen is doing this in the AI area right now. But Substack gives me the ability to create as a post, as a video, or a podcast. When I have a video, if I use that video and begin the creation process as a podcast, I have my settings set up such that the system will take the video, strip the audio off of it, and drop it on my AI for Humans podcast that's over on a free Spotify account. So anybody that has Spotify or any of your podcast apps, if you go in and look for AI for Humans, you'll find my podcast out there. Some of the older ones, most of the older ones are AI for real estate investing. That's what I started doing a year or so ago, year and a half ago. But I've rebranded that, so it's now AI for Humans. And so it'll send once I'm done and I post my Substack article, it will push all of that over there. And in about 10, 15 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, depending upon how busy all the servers are talking to each other, it will post an audio version of everything that was on the video. It will also take that video and eventually it will post it. It takes some time, a little longer sometimes, to post it to my YouTube account. But here's the article. So I created this article with Claude's help. I put in several ideas and then Claude took it and reworked it. I did an image you see here. That was done, of course, in Gemini. And this image that you saw at the end of my video, that was done in Gemini. And so this is the way it gets laid out. And there's a link in here to go to my website. There's a button in here to leave a comment. And so that's a way to repurpose the information. Let me just, I did take a video short of this video, which is 3 minutes, 22 seconds long. I took about 30 seconds of it. I stripped it out using Opus clips and put that on Facebook and on my YouTube channel. But let me just play a part of this for you. I'm going to turn the system sound back on. I guess it's still on. Okay. I just have to mute my microphone here.
Are charging $2,000 or more to teach you how to build an AI clone system. I figured it out myself, and today I am going to walk you through exactly what I built and why you can do the same thing. My name is Henry. I have been on the internet since 1995. I built my first website in 1996. For the past nearly 18 years, I tried one online income system after another, and most of them went nowhere. About 2 years ago, I got serious about artificial intelligence while using the first version of Bard from Google, not just playing with tools, but actually building something, posting blog articles with AI help from Bard, which later was renamed Gemini, And now, over the past several months, I've built what I call a clone stack. The clone stack has four components. Let me break them down quickly. Number one is the brain.
Okay, so what this article goes on to talk about and what I will be posting in more details are the four components of building a blog stack. A clone stack, not a blog, a clone stack. To have a brain, and part of this idea came to me from the class that I took before I did annex class this week. And then he pretty well showed me the approach to doing this. You need to have a brain, and I'll be teaching more about that. How do you get a brain that has all of the information that you want to control everything, to have everything set up for your postings? And then you have let me scroll down here. So, went too far. So this talks about the clone stack that has four parts. The brain, the second part is the image clone. The third part is the voice clone. And then the fourth part is the video clone. So I've combined all of those into what I'm building now. And my next phase will be to actually make that operational, meaning that I can get something set up. So I just hit a button, or I talk to my phone through like Telegram and give a command to my general manager, to my clone one, my Gen 1, and that has control to connect up with other clones, somebody that will write the words, the copy, somebody that will create the images, somebody that will create the videos. So I'm learning the process of that. There are people, as I mentioned, that video that charge a couple $1,000s. When on day 2, Anik showed us what he was doing. He has a marvelous system. It's if I wanted to invest the money in it, I would do that. For $3,000, covers 3 years of full access to it, and after that, it's just $100 a year. If I wanted to spend that money right now, I could do that, but I want to learn step by step how to do this myself and share it with other people. So anyway, my goal is to create a system that works for me, that shows people how to create the images. So you see here, to create the images, to bring those into HeyGen, which is the top system. When he was starting the training on the first day, he talked about HeyGen for video, 11 Labs for audio, which I've been using for almost a year probably or more, and using Gemini as a main place to get your images, and then also using Claude. And I went like, okay, I'm already doing that. Those are the tools that I'm using to build my system. And I built this website to be a single point where people could get to my training on using AI systems, and also, as I said at the beginning when I made my commercial pitch, to get to a product. Because unless you are doing what I'm doing to teach people how to use AI, and eventually I hope to make a few bucks a month by selling some of the information to people. I'm not going to keep it free forever. It costs me money to host the school site, and it cost me my time to get all the content up there. So what I want to do is I want people to come in and join and be part of the community. and share what they're doing. I want people to come in here. You can see right now I'm up to 35 people. A couple people in the group are online right now. I have a resource center in here. So there's general discussions, the place where you can go in and introduce yourself. There's a win section for people to write down and share with each other what they're doing that's a win, whether it's something that is bringing in money or something they accomplished. Video replays. And then I have weekly tips, Q&A area. I really want people to go in here who have questions to drop their questions in here. So far, you can see that it's mostly my picture on there. Martha and Caroline have posted some things in here. Then I have a resource list. One of the best resources that I can point people to is Mike's Easy AI Content Creation. I'm part of his group. And then AI Automation Society, which is listed often each week. The school system has a search area where you can go and look at who the top groups are in different niches and so on, niches. And AI Automation Society, that guy is amazing. His brain, the stuff that he puts out there, it's worth it to subscribe. His is a free site. I've got other resources. I also, for about probably 18, almost 20 years, I've been selling domain names and website hosting. And most of the several, probably well over 100, if not more, websites that I have built for myself and other people have been hosted there on my Mission Springs webs hosting. And so if you need to get a domain name, if you need a website, apart from if you're not part of Legacy Builders or some other group that you have a website, you can go in and get your domain name. When I set up my Henry Griner team, that is for my Legacy Builders program, I did that. I bought my own domain for myself. And so if you're looking for hosting, if you're looking for domains, if you just need a domain for emails, you can get unlimited emails. You could just have a domain without a website attached to it and just have unlimited emails. So there's a lot of those services. A lot of the things that I'm doing are for people that don't have to be technical. Go back to my images again here. Let's see. There we go. You don't have to be super technical. If you run into problems, you just ask ChatGPT or Claude and get the answers. So that's basically what I wanted to share today, that I want people to see the benefits of using AI, not only to make those cute little prompts that people were doing, like around Christmas time, all the Santa suits and all of that. I did that. I had my wife's picture and my picture in, and I joined in on that too. But there's so much that you can do beyond just using Claude or ChatGPT for research, for finding information, for helping with writing documents and so on. You can actually use it to build a business and assign different parts of a system, different parts of AI platforms to be your agents, to be your employees. When I was doing agencies type stuff, when I had my website building business, and I worked with my friend doing internet marketing and traveling for 4 years around the country doing these workshops and so on, we had a staff of people who were virtual assistants. They were real people, but a couple of them were in the US, and then the rest were primarily in the Philippines. And I had hired most of those. We had at one time, I think, 5 or 6 people working for my friend Jeff. I had a full-time VA out of the Philippines for about 1.5 years till his internet got so bad that we lost communication for too long. I couldn't continue with him. And at some point, as I grow my business, I hope to get a VA. I know a lady right here in Spring Hill who has a program. She helps to train VAs, virtual assistants for other people. And I see her about once a month at local meetings. So that's my story today. It's been an hour. I'm coming up at the top of the hour, so I'm going to sign off and go finish my coffee and go outside, get away from the computer. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And that is it for now. God bless. Bye-bye.